My name is Raj Charubal and I'm the CEO of Chennai Smart City Limited. We are standing in one of the most popular places in Chennai today. This is the pedestrian plaza. If you had come here a few years ago, you recall what a mess this used to be. Even if you come with your family, I don't think you could have let your children run around. Elderly or anybody for that matter couldn't have walked properly. You can barely get into a shop because the whole place would have been a mess. Parking would have been so haphazard that you can literally go around, in around, jump across the car to get anywhere. Sewage, garbage, no footpath. Everything was a mess. Depending on the day, you would have traffic jam, and of course the pollution. So imagine yourself in a London or a Paris or a New York and compare yourself mentally. You will realize that this being one of the most amazing commercial places in the world, and the state of affairs used to be pretty bad. You would come here because it's a popular place, but it's not the kind of experience you would expect once you've seen something better from around the world. Amazing commercial place like this, to be such a big mess, was a serious, sad tragedy. So the idea was to transform it. Whatever the problems were and the images you have, compare that to what you have today. It's pretty stunning transformation. So first, for example, I'll start with the basics, right? You don't want the road to be dug up for the next N decades, okay? Unlike other parts of the city, other parts of India, where one person tars, another person digs. What we have done is we have given ducting for stormwater drain. Obviously, you don't want flooding, you don't want water logging. You don't want digging, so that all the electricity wires have gone underground into chambers. All the OFC, that is Airtel, BSNL and all have gone down. So this took a lot of effort to put those ducting in place. The other thing, of course, is the parking management. You want to bring order to the city. You want people to have place to park. So what we have done is we have implemented what is probably one of the largest and the most sophisticated parking management systems in the world. You can see it for yourself. Then other countries have talked about alternate transport, like for example, cycle sharing. You want to come in a metro rail, you want to be able to cycle here, you want to get down in a bus depot over there and cycle here and so on. We have implemented a very, very sophisticated cycle sharing system. So not only did we not cut down trees, but we have actually increased the number of trees. We got a good environmental NGO to do a study, and we have put native species so that we'll have more tree cover in the coming days. We are implementing gigantic automated parking management system. So this entire place could be like a open mall where you could do valet parking, or you could just park and then walk up and down. We have given free shuttle service end to end. So you could get down in any part of the city. You could have used the shuttle to go back and forth. It's perfectly free. Toilet, like I mentioned. So Rotary and the corporation and Smart City together, we have implemented a very nice toilet. It's very well maintained. This is something that shopkeepers were also demanding, that the place looks beautiful, it's amazing. But then when people come, you obviously want to have toilet. We'll be doing more toilets. In the last many rains, not a single drop of water, no water logging. This is pretty much as if we have cut and paste Advanced City into T Nagar. There are energy saving lights. See, there are cameras for security and for parking management, because the parking management is camera based analytics and so on. It's like Ola Uber. You can figure out where to park on your app. So this is many sophisticated projects coming together in one place. Each project is complicated. We have actually managed to integrate all those projects, which is again a pet peeve of Indians, that we don't integrate any project. Everything is a silo. And I must say that it has taken many departments, police, traffic police, corporation obviously, Metro Water, Transit, which is the electricity people, the bus company, the Metro Rail, various PPP, meaning public-private partnership projects. All these people to come together, work as a team, work on a common plan. And it wasn't easy, obviously. The plan was there, then you realize the ground reality is different. Many iterations among many departments, many NGOs. There are transport NGOs and various other NGOs. And of course the public. Shopkeepers had to suffer a lot during the construction, but I think they are one of the happiest people as far as the plaza is concerned. Not to mention all the youngsters who come and hang around here. And as an additional layer of icing on the cake, many organizations, youth organizations, Times of India, organizations which work with children with special needs and so on, they all conduct margari and cultural events here as if this was a mall, as if this was like a cultural place, So if you come during non-lockdown time, you will see many people playing guitar, explaining architecture, doing artwork, children being educated. So in the end, it's basically like a piece of an advanced country transformed into T Nagar. You're probably asking a few questions. One, It looks beautiful. Now what? You've done a good job. Within a few days, things start falling apart. So for that, we have a full-time company appointed to maintain this place. So you will see men and women cleaning up the place in cooperation with the shopkeepers. Every bin on this stretch has been removed. It's door-to-door collection from shops. The shops are expected to follow segregation rules and so on, and as per corporation rules. As you can see, it's a pretty relatively very clean place. The other question you may have is what happened to all the vendors? So about 6 or 7 years ago, the High Court had ruled that all the vendors from this area need to be removed. Much before the project started, the street vendors were removed. They all have been put into one of the complexes and onto the side roads. So the fact that you don't see any street vendor is because of the High Court ruling. So all in all, I think it's turned out to be a very good sustainable project. One of the main thing about Smart City was that you take a ABD area, you try out all these projects in one place. The city with humility learns from its experience and of course from other people. So we've done that here. Many different projects that's happening right here. As we speak, there is something called a Mega Street project the World Bank is very involved in. For the first time in India, Chennai is going to be like a city partner. Basically, they will bring in lots of resources, and the whole point is to scale all these projects to the rest of the city. So, for example, 110 kilometers of Chennai in 6 different packages has been taken up. It's Tundiarpet, Adayar, Ananagar, and so on, Velacheri, Mylapore, and Nungambakkam. Similar concepts are going to be replicated in those places. It could be pedestrian plaza, it could be urban forest, beautiful facilities for public, plus all the underground facilities I talked about, so that the roads don't have to be dug up for many years and so on. Obviously, that's just one layer. There is the parking management. So the parking management already in parallel is getting spread out across the city. Smart Bike, we will be putting 5,000 cycles minimum in 500 locations and interconnected to metro rail, interconnected to buses, colleges, wherever public is coming, malls and so on, wherever public may come and use the cycle. So many of those projects are not only getting integrated across the city, but also getting scaled across the city. Then very importantly, intelligent traffic management system is getting implemented, which involves, like in advanced city, you'll have automated signaling so that the efficiency of the signals become better, less pollution because you have less waiting and less traffic and congestion. Then systems in buses so that public transport becomes more practical and more friendly, so that you know when the next bus is coming, the system knows how to cater to the public better. So a lot of these kinds of projects are getting not only implemented in places, but is also getting scaled, which obviously involves a lot of sustainable funding, a lot of planning, otherwise these things wouldn't be possible. Many very good consultants are working as we speak in producing those plans. How do we finance it? How do we, what are the kinds of designs of ducting? We're learning from other cities like Bangalore, Pune, countries abroad. So a lot of learning happening in Chennai, a lot of IT and electronics being put in place like rain gauges to figure out where the flooding is happening, how do you prevent it, pollution sensors. So there is an electronic layer of parking management or cycle sharing or rain gauge and disaster management. That layer also is getting put on top, so that not only do we have good reality on the ground, but we also have analytics, data and other things that an advanced city requires for you to be able to manage and maintain. Obviously, like we have done in Pedestrian Plaza, in all these places we look at operations and maintenance for the next N number of years. Not only who's going to do it, how we're going to pay for it, it's all part of the planning. So I'm hoping that within the next few years, you will actually start seeing these kinds of amazing projects in other parts of the city. Smart City's vision is what people's vision is. It's about what people want. It's very as simple as quality of life. Quality of life is something undescribable, right? You have clean water when you open the tap. You are able to walk from end to end anywhere you want, like in an advanced country, without having to breathe in polluted air or getting honked and run over by somebody. You want your children to have beautiful playing areas, public spaces. You want beautiful parks. You want to make sure that your road is not getting, public's road is not getting dug up every day. You want advanced, sophisticated public transport system. You want less chaos around you. You want peace of mind. That's what, after all, it's all about. To me, I would say, to me, smartness is not about IoT device or fancy camera or anything. It's environmental smartness. It is social smartness, so that we are inclusive, accessible. City shouldn't be just for a handful of people. It should be for everybody, anybody, irrespective of color, ability, access, wealth, etc., etc. Of course, financial sustainability. If you can't finance all these things, then no point talking about it. It'll just be theory. So these three very important things: social inclusiveness, environmental smartness, and sustainable funding. These are the core of what we are trying to achieve, so that we can not only produce an amazing city in the next few years, but we can also sustain it and leave a great legacy behind all of us.